I'm Allison, and you are in Beerland. Mashing is a very important part of the brewing process. The three most common types are single infusion, step mash, and decoction mash. During a single infusion mash, the milled grains are mixed with hot water and then allowed to rest. During this rest, an enzyme in the malted barley called amylase breaks down the starches into simple sugars. This process is very temperature and pH sensitive, and differences can change how the starches are cleaved and the simple sugars that result. This can impact the yeast cell's ability to consume the sugars and release ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Excess sugars that the yeast cells are unable to consume can leave the final product vulnerable to bacterial contamination and can also reduce the final product's capacity to hold carbonation. This significantly affects the mouthfeel of the final product. If the mash temperature is too high, the amylase will degrade and will be unable to break down the starches at all. When modern, sufficiently malted barley is used, the mash rest requires a relatively short period of time. When under-modified malt is used, a step mash or decoction mash may be required. A step mash is one where the initial temperature of the mash is rather low and slowly raised at several intervals through the process. This takes significantly longer than a single infusion mash. In a decoction mash, a portion of the mash is removed, its temperature increased, and the portion returned back to the mash to increase the overall mash temperature. In an effort to save money, breweries in the past have used unmodified or unmalted barley and then added the enzyme amylase separately. While at first this process seems like it might work, it results in an unstable, low-quality final product.
Rồi mày sao không uống tí kia?
90 กว่าจะตามรับถึง
Run on, sing